All rise. Oyez, oyez, oyez. The Honorable, the Supreme Court of Texas, and the Honorable, the Court of Criminal Appeals of Texas. All persons having business before the Honorable, the Supreme Court of Texas, and the Honorable, the Court of Criminal Appeals of Texas, are admonished to draw near and give their attention, for the courts are now sitting. God save the state of Texas and these honorable courts.
Please be seated. Hi, I'm Nathan Heck, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Texas.
Of the Court of Criminal Appeals. The Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals welcome you. Our two courts convene in this special joint session to celebrate the 639 women and men who have passed the February bar examination.
All of us honor these men and women, lawyers at last. The ceremony is a time for rejoicing for them, their wives, husbands, parents, children, and even their creditors. The ceremony will be short, but I trust meaningful. We will hear from the President of the State Bar of Texas, the President of the Texas Young Lawyers Association, and to give the response of your class, the person that scored the highest on the bar exam.
Before we hear from them, we want to acknowledge the representatives of the Texas law schools that have joined us today. All of the Texas law schools are represented here by their deans or their representatives. They honor us and you with their presence. Would you all please stand and be recognized? Please give them a round of applause.
This ceremony would not be possible without the hard work and dedication of our staff, the State Bar of Texas, and the Board of Law Examiners. We thank all of you for making this ceremony a success. Would you all please stand and be recognized? Please give them a round of applause. In Texas, all lawyers are members of the State Bar. I now call upon Joe K. Longley, President of the State Bar of Texas, to welcome each of you into the legal profession. President Longley.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Justice and members of the courts. May it please the courts. Good morning. I'm Joe Longley. I'm the current president of the State Bar of Texas, and I'm a solo practitioner here in Austin. It's an honor to be here to welcome you before the justices of our highest courts, your colleagues, your friends, and your proud parents and loved ones. By taking the oath today, you become one of the more than 103,000 members, active members of the State Bar of Texas, who have chosen the destiny to support the administration of our legal system and to assure all persons within that system equal access to justice. So now is the time for you to get involved and stay involved as a member of your state bar. You're invited to join a section to network with your peers and to take part in membership and pro bono opportunities to help advance the cause of equal access to justice. You're the future of our profession, and you begin your journey with a pristine reputation. The State Bar is here to help you keep it that way. After the ceremony today, we hope you'll take the time to stop by the State Bar tables to learn more about the benefits of membership and how you can become instantly involved. In a few minutes, you will take the oath to defend our Constitution and laws and to conduct yourselves with integrity and civility. This oath binds us all day, every day, and not just when it's convenient or during business hours. As Texas lawyers, it is our duty to promote civility, professionalism, and adherence to the rule of law all the time, 24/7, so please think carefully about the words in the oath when you recite it. You'll need them as you seek your destiny within our chosen profession. So before I close, let me say a final word about destiny. Your presence here today demonstrates that people confident of their destiny do not wait to be sent for. You're already here, and you knew how to get here, and I congratulate you for that. The State Bar is proud to welcome each of you as Texas lawyers. You'll remember this day and the events of this day for the rest of your lives. The State Bar is with you now and will be there for you in your journey in our chosen profession. Congratulations, good luck, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, President Longley, and thanks to the State Bar for helping to instill high standards of professionalism in Texas lawyers. Texas has an extraordinarily active, nationally acclaimed association of young lawyers. And here to welcome you as new attorneys is Sally Pretorius, President of the Texas Young Lawyers Association. President Pretorius.
Thank you, and may it please the court. So y'all, 9.5 years ago, I sat in those exact seats with my law school friends, and we were all so excited to become a part of this amazing profession. And it's kind of crazy to stand up here today and realize that I'm now welcoming you, because when I sat there, I had no idea that I'd ever be up here representing all the Texas young lawyers. So on the drive here today, I really struggled with the message to get that I wanted to tell you guys, because you're sitting here in front of 16 Supreme Court and criminal court justices and State Bar leadership, and you're going to hear from your highest bar scorer. And what could I possibly offer you guys that would compare with what they have to say? Well, to give you guys a little bit of background, as the representative of Texas Young Lawyers, I represent the young lawyers of Texas, but we're not all necessarily young in age. As the youngest members are in their early 20s, our oldest member is 72. But to best relate and deliver my message today, and to relate to my demographic, because let's be real, apparently Kim Kardashian may join our profession soon, I'm going to give you my top 3 pieces of advice in millennial lingo. First, hashtag reputation is everything. You only get one. So as you guys sit here today, please remember that you only get one shot to build your reputation. Your reputation is everything. Just remember that as you're practicing. One small lie, one little white lie. Judges remember that. Your employers remember that. Your paralegals remember that. Your co-associates remember that. And opposing counsel remembers that. Guard your reputation, and guard the reputation of all the lawyers here in the state of Texas. Number 2 is hashtag self-care Sundays and hashtag JOMO, which apparently means joy of missing out. And I just learned that, and it's amazing. So as lawyers, we've entered into one of the most stressful professions that you can possibly enter. And with that, I would encourage all of you guys to take some time for yourself. Enjoy missing out on some of those parties or missing out on whatever might be coming up, and take time for yourself. It's extremely important in the profession that you're about to enter. Third is hashtag don't be underestimated. Or be underestimated. Don't be underestimated. It's be underestimated. So just remember that as young attorneys, that's something that we hold in our back pocket and that a lot of people don't realize. I remember walking into my first hearing and having a seasoned board-certified attorney on the other side and out preparing them and making sure that I knew the law and making sure that my witnesses were prepared, and I won that hearing. And I would encourage all of you guys to take that advice and remember that just because we're young attorneys doesn't mean that we don't know what we're doing, and it doesn't mean that we don't know the law and what's best for our client. So remember to always use the power of underestimation in your favor. So to tell you guys a little bit about Texas Young Lawyers, we are the service arm of the State Bar of Texas. So that means that we create all of the public service projects for the State Bar. Our membership is automatic. So when people ask you if you're a member of Texas Young Lawyers, yes, you are automatically a member of Texas Young Lawyers. It's free with your State Bar membership. Anybody who is under the age of 36 or under 5 years of practice is automatically a member. Some of the resources that we have to offer you guys as young attorneys, especially just entering the practice, we have 2 podcast series that are available wherever you download your podcasts. One of them is called Young Gunners, and that's a practice series that focuses on little issues that might catch you, like how to do your first default, how to take your first deposition. So we've had young attorneys throughout the state record these podcasts, and they interviewed other attorneys or just give you a simple how-to. The other one is called Shiro, and that is a long-distance mentoring podcast where we have interviewed amazing women in the legal profession throughout the state of Texas. And so you guys can listen to those podcasts and take from them what you might help you in your practice. We also have a project called Compassion Fatigue awareness panels that we put on throughout the state of Texas. And this was one of our initiatives this year, as we want to encourage young attorneys that the practice of law is hard and it can wear on you, so make sure you take care of yourself. We have a number of other projects that are available on our TYLA website. Just got revamped. It's tyla.org. So I would encourage all of you guys to visit our website and learn how you can become more involved, learn about our other projects. And if you have any questions, it's probably like right here when you guys exit to go get the yummy cookies at the end. Please stop by our table and say hello and meet me and one of your new president-elects of the Texas Young Lawyers, and we'll be out there to answer any questions. But welcome, you guys.
Thank you, President Pretorius, and thanks to the Texas Young Lawyers Association for its service to the bar and to the public. It is customary for the person who made the highest score on the bar examination to respond for your class. Before I introduce her, I will recognize the 2 persons who received the 3rd and 2nd highest scores. The 3rd highest score was received by Abigail Margaret Frisch, a 2018 graduate of Duke University School of Law. Ms. Frisch. The 2nd highest score was received by Rachel E. Guffey, a 2018 graduate of George Washington University School of Law. Ms. Guffey could not be present this morning. And the highest score was posted by a graduate of New York University School of Law, Melanie Ann McCammon. Ms. McCammon, you may respond for your class. Please join me in congratulating Ms. McCammon.
Thank you. Before I begin, I would just like to thank the justices and the State Bar of Texas and the Board of Law Examiners for giving me this opportunity to speak today. I am thrilled and honored to be up here. Now, let me be hopefully the 100th person to tell you all congratulations. What we have accomplished was very hard by any measure. And I'm sure that I don't just speak for myself, but for most of you or all of you when I say that it would have been even harder without the love and support of the people sitting here with us today. And so to those of you in the audience who are here to support one of the inductees, thank you. Thank you to everyone who listened patiently while we recited the elements of commercial paper or explained the differences between the Fifth Amendment and Sixth Amendment rights to counsel. Thank you to everyone who kept things running in our daily lives while we were focused on studying for the bar. Thanks for making us eat, or maybe it's something else for you, but I always forget to eat when I'm really focused. Thank you to those people who raised us and instilled the values in us that made us who we are today. And thank you to those who inspired us to persevere through tough times, to study when it was the last thing we wanted to do, and to keep our goals in mind when the easiest thing to do was to quit. Personally, I want to thank my coworkers, Stacy Jett, Allison Holland, Woo Kim, and Lisa Clute, for believing in me, encouraging me when I was nervous, and ensuring that everything ran smoothly while I was taking time off to take the bar. I want to thank my family who are here with me, my parents, Doug and Sonia Dalglish, Roy and Lena McCammon, and my aunts, Jean Copeland and Karen Seal. Thank you for being here today. I want to thank my son Isaac, who is not here today because he's not quite 2 and had better things to do than to sit still and patiently and listen to Mom. Isaac was my inspiration. It was hard for me to take time away from him to study, but it was important for me to make that time matter, to make sure it counted. I never wanted to be doing this again. So thank you to Isaac. And most especially and particularly, thank you to my husband, Jack. There's not enough time to fully thank you for everything that you did, for taking on more than your fair share of the family and household work. Thank you for loving, encouraging, and supporting me, all the while chasing after a newly walking toddler. I know it was hard work, and I am so grateful. Thank you. I love you. Before I go, I want to say a few additional words to my fellow inductees. This was my second bar exam. I took and passed the New York bar 10 years ago, and I think I have a different perspective on the bar this time around. The first time I looked at this as just a stepping stone to my career. It was something to get over, a hurdle to jump over, while I got started on the law career. But now I see that it is a huge achievement all by itself, and I encourage you to take some time to really revel in this achievement. It says a lot about who you are and what you are capable of. First, it shows that you can think like a lawyer. And I'm sure there's 100 lawyer jokes to tell about that right now, but I'll spare you. Because what I mean is that you have the ability to think critically, analytically, creatively, to take the facts that you're given and question them and solve problems. Not just in the courtroom or across a negotiation table, but in social media or whatever else life throws at you. You also have the ability to set a goal and work hard for it, to not just wait for destiny to show up. You also have the capacity for incredible endurance. And that goes double or triple if you're here after taking the bar more than once. It's an incredible power. You don't sit still, you make things happen. And finally, it shows that you can learn, or more importantly, teach yourself a lot in a short amount of time. And the world is constantly changing. And with this ability, you can keep up with those changes. These skills are powerful tools. Maybe it's an exaggeration to call them superpowers, but I'm going to do it anyway. These are your superpowers. Not the kind you're born with or that result from an experiment gone wrong, but the powers that you've built through focus and commitment. So I'm not saying you're Batman, but maybe you're Batman, and maybe the people who are here to support us are Alfred, I don't know. But wherever your career takes you, with these superpowers, critical thinking, hard work, and the ability to learn and grow, powers you have just proved to the world that you possess, you have the tools to meet the challenges ahead of you, whatever you are. So use them wisely. Use them for good. And give Alfred a hug. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McCammon. We have come at last to the moment for which you have been waiting. Mr. Carlos R. Soltero from the Board of Law Examiners will present to the court a list of the successful examinees. Mr. Soltero.
Good morning. May it please the courts. Mr. Chief Justice, Madam Presiding Judge, and members of the court. As of this date, the persons whose names are on the list I am presenting have successfully passed the February 2019 Texas Bar Examination and have completed all other requirements for licensing in the rules governing admission to the Bar of Texas. May I approach the bench?
It is now my privilege to administer to you the lawyer's oath. The first part of the oath is very old and has been taken by every lawyer in Texas. With it, you swear to do three things: to support the United States and Texas constitutions, to honestly demean yourselves in the practice of the law, and to discharge your duties to your clients to the best of your ability. In 2015, the 84th legislature added a fourth part to the oath: that you will conduct yourselves with integrity and civility in dealing and communicating with the court and all parties. While this has always been a lawyer's responsibility, the words have been added to solemnize the Texas lawyer's dedication to these ideals affirmed in the Texas Lawyers' Creed. I charge you to recall, in all your practice, the words of the oath you take today. You should repeat them after me, stating your name where I state mine. You may choose to substitute affirm for swear and to omit the last line. Please stand and raise your right hands. I, Nathan Heck, do solemnly swear that I will support the constitutions of the United States and this state, that I will honestly demean myself in the practice of the law, that I will discharge my duties to my clients to the best of my ability, and that I will conduct myself with integrity and civility in dealing and communicating with the court and all parties. So help me God. Congratulations. Congratulations to each of you. We are proud to welcome you into the profession. The State Bar will provide refreshments for you, your family, and friends immediately following these ceremonies on the East Concourse on the second level. Information booths have been set up by the State Bar to explain the many services available to you. From this day forward, you are the voice and the instrument for the rule of law. Whether you are prosecuting or defending an individual charged with transgressions against society, representing a party in a civil dispute, drafting a contract, a deed, or a will, or giving other legal counsel to a client, everything you do contributes to a republic in which the rights to life, liberty, and property have displaced reliance on class, heredity, wealth, and military might. You, therefore, have a special responsibility, not only to those you represent, but to our profession and to this great experiment in democracy. I hope your practice will be meaningful, and that, in the words of the great Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes, you will live greatly in the law. Congratulations again on this milestone, and thanks to everyone for joining us in celebration. This special session of the Supreme Court of Texas and the Court of Criminal Appeals of Texas is now concluded, and the clerk will adjourn the courts.
All rise. Oyez, oyez, oyez. The Honorable, the Supreme Court of Texas and the Honorable Court of Criminal Appeals of Texas now stand adjourned. Congratulations. Let the celebration begin.